This is going to interest you if you want to know how much divorces cost, especially divorce trials. Hi, Rafe Palmer, STG Divorce Law in Chicago, answering your divorce questions. Like, follow, share for more. If you like hearing about divorce, I'm a Chicago divorce attorney, answering your questions. Got a lot of other information, links in bio. Answering your questions, here we go. Kelly, I don't know, somebody said, how much does a trial typically cost? We have a date set for March 2024. Case has been going on 5 years now, Cook County. By the way, 3 to 5 years, not unusual, sadly, in Cook County. I'll give you a quick and dirty way that I estimate or think about trials in terms of what they cost. And you can plug in the hourly rate that your lawyer's charging you to do this. So I figure 10-hour trial days. Now, that may vary a little bit, but between prep and travel and actually getting the time at the trial, talking to your client and all that stuff, and actually sitting in court doing it, you're figuring an 8 to 10-hour day. So figure 10-hour days to be conservative. Now, some judges only try a case for half the day, like the afternoon, but then really materially, it's probably 6 hours. You know, maybe it's 4 hours of trial time between like 1 and 5, but then there's travel and prep and unpacking your stuff at the end of the day and debriefing your client and getting them ready for the next day or any witnesses you've got. So again, just figure like 8 to 10-hour trial days as a rough guide, okay? So start with that. Now, a very, very simple case can be done in a day. Most cases are going to take a couple days to be tried. Add additional days for complexity. So since I don't know much about your case, hard for me to say, but depending on the judge and how busy they are, and in Cook County, they're very busy, and one of the challenges that adds time is they don't do it all in 1 week or one contiguous block of days. They do it for like a day or two, then there's an afternoon a month from now, and then another couple weeks from now, there's another day, and it causes a whole bunch more friction because you have that additional ramp up time because we can't remember everything perfectly. We've got to get back in and re-prep. So that is a very inefficient way to try a case. By the way, judges, don't do that, please. Please just do a continuous block of time so we can get the cases done. If you're listening out there, please. But in any event, most of them are done in little bits and bytes, and that's a problem. So that's an issue. So then figure 2 days of prep for every day of trial. So take your trial time and double it for prep between paralegal and lawyer or whatever, you know, whoever's putting it together. You're going to take the trial time and double it as, I don't know, it's just kind of a guesstimate to come up with how much time it'll take to properly prepare for it. Between gathering all the information, getting the exhibit books ready, organizing everything, preparing your arguments and your direct exams, cross exams, preparing your witnesses and having everything organized, it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of pleadings and work involved. So just figure double the trial time to add to prep, okay? So let's take a 3-day trial. Let's take 10 hours times 3, that's 30 hours times the billable rate, times add 60 more hours for the prep time. That's 90 hours at the billable rate. At $500 an hour, folks, that's 45 grand. I always tell people to expect trials are going to cost somewhere between $20,000 and $50,000 depending on complexity. Now, your mileage may vary in your jurisdiction. The lawyers may be cheaper by the hour, or you might have agreed to a fixed fee divorce where there's a fixed amount for that trial. But I guarantee you, when the lawyer planned out the trial expenses and calculated the fixed fee, they fudged this. They kind of figured this number like I did. They go to make sure they get paid for their time. So trials are extraordinarily expensive, which is why I urge settlements. And, you know, adding that trial cost into your range of realistic outcomes at trial gives you an idea of where you can be settling and still get ahead. So you can plug in any other hourly rate you want. You know, for that 3-day trial, I figured 90 hours. I mean, okay, let's be conservative and think it's 60 hours to 90 hours. So 60 times 500, that's still $30,000. Okay. The cheapest divorce lawyer probably in the world in Chicago is $250 an hour times, let's say 60 hours, $15,000. There is no cheap divorce when you go to a trial. So that's, and when I say cheapest lawyer in the world, I'm joking a little bit, but in the Chicagoland area, $250 would be a very low hourly rate for divorce. So hope that helps. Thank you very much for the question. Sorry for the long answer, but this deserves a long answer.